You've got goals, you've got dreams, but every morning you hit snooze, you let comfort win, and you wonder why nothing changes. Listen, if you want to build a life you're proud of, it starts before the sun comes up. The world is still asleep, but you're not. You're awake, preparing to take control, before the day has a chance to control you. Waking up early isn't just a habit, it's a mindset, a declaration that you're done waiting and ready to execute. This is how you start your day right. Step 1. Waking early builds discipline. Waking up early is more than an alarm clock routine. It's a daily confrontation with the weakest part of yourself. Every morning, the bed offers warmth, comfort, and escape. It whispers excuses. You need more sleep. You can start tomorrow. It's still dark outside. And that's where discipline is either forged or destroyed. When you choose to rise before the world does, you're not just beating the sun, you're beating the voice that tries to keep you average. There's no applause, no cheering crowd, no instant reward. It's you against comfort, and you win by getting up. Discipline isn't built through inspiration, it's built through repetition. You wake up early, not because you feel like it, but because you said you would. In those early hours, something powerful happens. The world is quiet, no messages, no distractions, no noise pulling you away from who you're trying to become. The silence becomes a proving ground. You get to meet yourself without interference. This is where you set your pace, your priorities, your intention for the day. You create space to train your mind before the world demands your attention. When you own those first hours, you shape the rest of the day with clarity, not chaos. You operate from control rather than reaction. Most people wake up and immediately get pulled into life's chaos, rushing, scrambling, reacting. But when you rise early, you move from a place of power. You begin the day by choosing discipline over comfort, action over laziness, purpose over hesitation. Waking up early forces you to prepare mentally and physically. It's the first test of the day, and passing it sets the tone for everything that follows. When you roll out of bed before you want to, you've already proven that your feelings don't dictate your actions. It's a reminder that you control your decisions. Every day you do it, your willpower grows. You become someone who follows through, someone who does what they say they'll do. That kind of discipline bleeds into everything else: work, relationships, health, personal goals. And the truth is, there is no shortcut. Discipline is a choice made over and over again. It's in the moments when no one is watching, when the reward is distant, when staying in bed looks like the easier option. Waking early isn't about being a morning person. It's about being the kind of person who puts discipline first. Step 2. Morning wins. Create momentum. The morning is the launch pad. What you do in those first hours determines your trajectory. When you wake up early and immediately pursue something meaningful, training, planning, reading, sharpening your mind, you stack your first win of the day. And that win isn't small. It sets a psychological tone. You acted with intention, not laziness. That single victory begins a chain reaction. Because momentum isn't created by luck, it's created by action. One disciplined choice at dawn gives you internal proof that you're capable of doing more. You've already shown yourself that you can push through discomfort. And once you have movement, it's that much harder to stop. You feel a shift. Energy rises, focus sharpens, you step into the day already ahead. Most people wake up and fall straight into chaos. They rush, they panic, they react. Their day owns them. But when you create morning wins, you own the day. You're not scrambling to catch up. You're already moving, already winning. You take control of your time before anyone else can take it from you. The morning becomes a private battlefield where you build advantage. You train your body while others sleep. You review your objectives while others are distracted. You become proactive while others drift. That separation compounds. It's not about being perfect. It's about establishing momentum that pushes everything forward. Those early victories also build confidence, not the shallow kind that depends on validation, but the kind earned through action. When you complete your morning tasks, no matter how small, you reinforce a powerful message to yourself. You follow through. You do what needs to be done. You don't wait for motivation. You move. That self-respect fuels more action. The more you do, the more you believe in your ability to do. Momentum is a psychological engine. Once it's running, the rest of the day feels different. Challenges feel lighter. Decisions become clearer. You stop negotiating with yourself. You just execute. Momentum also protects you. When you start your day with intentional effort, you build resilience against distractions. You operate from a solid foundation. Even when unexpected problems hit, you've already earned progress. You're not starting from zero. You've built internal movement, forward motion that makes it harder for obstacles to knock you off course. You are less likely to fall into procrastination because you've already overcome the hardest part, starting. That first win, whether it's getting out of bed on time, hitting a workout, or planning your mission, becomes the spark. It reminds you that small victories compound into larger ones. It's not about doing everything at once. It's about starting strong so you can continue strong. Step 3. Silence. Focus. Silence isn't just the absence of noise. It's an environment where your mind can finally hear itself. In the early morning, before the world wakes up, everything is still. There are no demands pulling at your attention. No conversations, no notifications, no obligations. Just space. That space is a weapon. It gives you the ability to think clearly without interruption, without distraction. Most people never access this level of mental clarity because they wake up already surrounded by noise, rushing into work, scrolling through social media, answering messages, reacting to the world before they've even centered themselves. But when you wake before all of that chaos begins, you step into a rare zone of focus. It's a time when you can look at your goals, your priorities, and your direction without interference. In silence, you can hear truth. Where you're strong, where you're slipping, what needs to change. Focus is built when you remove clutter. The silence of the early morning strips away everything unnecessary. You see what matters. Every thought becomes sharper. You notice what normally gets buried under the noise of the day. Your intentions, your weaknesses, your mission. This is where discipline is sharpened. This is where clarity grows. Because when the world is quiet, there is nowhere to hide. You confront yourself. No excuses, no filters. It forces honesty. That honesty becomes your advantage. While others are lost in distraction, you strengthen your ability to concentrate on what's important. This silence becomes a training ground. You're not just waking up early. You're training your mind to focus. You sit with your thoughts. You organize your day. You commit to what needs to get done. The lack of noise becomes freedom. You're not pulled in 100 directions. Instead, you build the ability to lock in on a single task with full intensity. That kind of focus becomes powerful fuel for everything you do. When you start your day with calm, deliberate focus, you move through the rest of the day with purpose. You're not reacting, you're executing. Silence teaches you that focus isn't about trying harder, it's about removing distractions. And in those early quiet hours, your creativity and problem-solving ability expand. Your brain isn't overloaded. It's not tired. You see possibilities more clearly. Ideas come easier. Solutions appear faster. You think deeply instead of superficially. Silence becomes your edge because it allows you to hear what truly drives you, what needs your attention, what deserves your effort. This is where direction is forged. This is where your mission becomes clear. Step 4. Routine strengthens mind and body. A routine isn't a set of arbitrary rules. It's a framework for building strength, resilience, and clarity. When you establish a morning routine, you are intentionally designing your day before life designs it for you. The mind and body are both creatures of habit, and what you repeat consistently defines who you become. Discipline doesn't come from one heroic effort. It comes from the repetition of small actions over time. Rising early, moving your body, reviewing your goals, planning your tasks. These are not mere tasks. They are deliberate exercises in control. Each part of your routine reinforces the muscle of discipline, teaching your mind that it responds to intention, not impulse. The body benefits in parallel. Physical activity, even simple stretches or a short workout, wakes up your system, increases energy, and primes you for performance. Mental routines like journaling, reading, or planning sharpen focus, improve decision-making, and build a mind that can handle stress without cracking. Consistency is the secret weapon of those who excel. When you wake up and follow a routine, you remove the mental energy spent deciding what to do first. The day starts with structure, with purpose. You eliminate wasted motion, wasted thought, wasted time. Your body adapts to the rhythm, becoming stronger, more efficient, more resilient. Your mind learns the value of preparation and repetition. Over time, this routine becomes a fortress. Even when the world around you is chaotic, you have a system to fall back on, a structure that protects you from distraction, indecision, and weakness. The benefits compound. Each day you stick to your routine, you reinforce habits that make success inevitable. Strength isn't built in a single workout. Focus isn't built in a single hour. They are forged slowly, deliberately, day after day, through consistent action. A morning routine is also a statement of ownership. It says, I control my life. I decide how my day begins. The mind and body respond to this ownership. Stress becomes manageable because you start your day proactively rather than reactively. Energy levels rise because you prime the system before external demands drain it. Mental clarity increases because you've given yourself time to center, prioritize, and plan. The discipline of a routine teaches delayed gratification, showing that immediate comfort is less important than long-term strength and capability. And as your routine strengthens both mind and body, it creates an unstoppable cycle. Physical fitness enhances mental resilience, mental discipline reinforces physical performance, habits compound into results. The structure, the repetition, the intentionality, all of it combines to create a person who can endure, execute, and overcome. You're no longer subject to whim or distraction. Your body is ready. Your mind is ready. You are ready to act, to win, to dominate the day before it even begins. Step 5, consistency. Motivation. Motivation is fleeting. It comes in bursts and disappears just as quickly. You feel motivated one morning, inspired by a quote, a video, or an idea. But by the next day, that fire fades. That's the trap most people fall into, waiting for motivation to push them forward. They think they'll do the hard work when they feel like it, and the result is a life of inconsistency, excuses, and stagnation. Consistency doesn't wait for feelings. Consistency doesn't need motivation. It relies on discipline, the choice to act whether you feel ready or not. It's the relentless execution of small actions, day after day, even when the mind resists. That's how progress is built. That's how champions are forged. Motivation is a spark. Consistency is the furnace that keeps the fire alive. Every day you choose consistency over motivation, you strengthen a muscle most people neglect, the will to act without emotional permission. You get out of bed when you're tired, you train when you're sore, you work when you're distracted, you study when you'd rather do anything else. Each of these moments compounds, creating results that no single burst of motivation could ever achieve. Motivation can make you start, but consistency makes you finish. It doesn't matter how inspired you are on Monday. If you fail to show up on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, the result is nothing. The person who wins isn't the one who feels like it. It's the one who shows up every single day, regardless of circumstance, weather, or mood. That's power. That's strength. That's mastery. Consistency also trains patience and long-term vision. Motivation thrives on immediate rewards, but true growth is delayed. Results don't appear overnight. Skills aren't mastered in a single session. Physical strength, mental toughness, and professional success all require the slow, deliberate accumulation of effort. By being consistent, you build a foundation that withstands setbacks. When the world tries to knock you off course, you don't crumble, because showing up daily becomes a reflex, not a choice. Your discipline becomes ingrained. You trust your own system, your own actions, not your feelings. The compounding effect of consistency is relentless. A single day of effort may feel insignificant, but repeated relentlessly, it becomes unstoppable. Habits form. Momentum grows. Small victories turn into big results. Motivation alone will never produce that. Motivation will never carry you through the pain, the doubt, the fatigue. Consistency will, and those who master consistency in the quiet, unseen hours are the ones who eventually dominate in the visible world. Step 6, own the day before it owns you. The day doesn't wait for you. It doesn't pause to see if you're ready. It comes at you relentlessly, filled with demands, distractions, and obstacles. Most people wake up and immediately become reactive. They answer emails, scroll through messages, chase deadlines, and respond to everyone else's agenda before they even think about their own. When you start the day like that, the day owns you. You're running on other people's priorities, pulled in directions you didn't choose, and drained before you've even accomplished anything meaningful. To avoid this, you must own the day before it owns you. That starts with taking control the moment you wake up. You set the tone, the pace, and the focus. You determine your actions instead of letting circumstances dictate them. You decide what matters, when it matters, and how you will act, and you do it before the chaos has a chance to take hold. Owning your day is a mindset, a strategy, and a discipline rolled into one. It's about being proactive rather than reactive. The first hours of the morning are your opportunity to do the work that matters most, to tackle the hardest tasks, to execute your priorities while the world is still asleep. It's when you can focus on growth, reflection, and preparation without interruption. The difference between winning and losing often lies in this window of time. People who take charge early, who execute before distraction arrives, create a momentum that carries them through challenges. They're not waiting for permission. They're not waiting for inspiration. They are decisive, deliberate, and relentless. Their actions are measured, precise, and intentional, and they accumulate advantage over those who wait for the day to shape them. Taking ownership also requires accountability. You must confront your weaknesses, your procrastination, your excuses. You must decide that comfort and avoidance will not dictate your schedule. When you wake up early, plan your day, and execute with purpose, you are telling yourself and the world that you are in control. You are building a habit of mastery over time, energy, and attention. Small victories compound into larger ones, and each choice to act with intent reinforces the power you have over your own life. The early morning hours give you leverage. While others are caught in distraction, you are executing. While others are reacting, you are initiating. You create space to think, to move, to grow, and to conquer. Every action you take before the world demands your attention, strengthens your control, sharpens your focus, and solidifies your discipline. This is the battlefield where success is claimed and where failure is denied. And every day you rise to own it, you fortify your position in life. Discipline starts before the sun rises. Momentum is built in silence. Strength grows in routine. Results come from consistency, not fleeting motivation. And the day will always try to control you unless you take it first. So rise, show up, execute, own your morning, and you'll own your life. Every day you take action before the world wakes, you claim the advantage. You prove to yourself that comfort will not dictate your destiny. The question isn't whether you can do it, it's whether you will. Today is yours to seize. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Get up, move, win.